Welcome back to another video, and today I was digging through my phone and I got a bunch of half-cocked videos, and I figured, hey, why not bring you guys one of these videos, another list. Today we are going to be going over 10 real enemies of the poor. First of all, I want to thank you guys. I picked up 100 subscribers in the past 3 days. That is unheard of for the channel, so you guys are crazy out there. You guys must be sharing or something. I don't know how we picked up these 100 subscribers, but to you guys, welcome to the channel. Hopefully we can provide some value. But without further ado, let's get into these 10 real enemies of the poor. Number one is the fractional reserve banking system and the Federal Reserve. Now, these are the people who are printing up money supposedly for the poor. I referred to this in my last video. What people fail to account for with the Federal Reserve is that when they are printing up this money, they're increasing the money supply. The money supply is what gives us rights to the things that are in this economy. Things that are in this economy are things like stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, real assets, commodities, everything, the real pie, the real shebang of the economy. So when you print more money, there's more dollars chasing after the same amount of goods and really decreased goods. In today's economy, we actually have decreasing goods, decreasing production, and we're making fewer things during COVID-19. With all these factors, there's only one thing that can really happen. Prices have to go up. Prices have to go up on rents, prices have to go up on food, and wages do not necessarily need to go up at the same rate. So what you end up seeing over time is you see prices go up, you see stocks go up, you see real estate go up, you see gold go up, commodities go up, and wages are not keeping pace. For example, if you are a millennial and you just got out of college, you have student loans, as most of us do. You probably had some boomer come up to you and tell you, why didn't you just work during the summer so you could just pay for your school in cash? Yeah, no, that's not how wages work these days. You can't make that much money in the summer to pay for these expensive colleges. And we'll get to that in a later section of the video. Number two is advertisers. Now, advertisers, what do they want? They want your eyeballs, they want your money. It's plain and simple. They want your eyeballs, they want your money. They want to entertain you, and then they will skip you over to an ad. They want you to spend your money. Before you go into that ad, you weren't even thinking about their product. But after you go out of that ad, now you're thinking about their product. Now you might go buy their product. That product might not have been part of your plan, but now you're going over, and next thing you know, you're swiping your credit card for that product that you didn't even need. Number three, real enemy of the poor is federal student loans. Now, why do I say federal student loans? Number one, you cannot bankrupt a federal student loan. Number two, it's insured by the government. So what happens when you have government spending in the college systems? You essentially pump up the price of colleges. Now that colleges know they can pretty much charge whatever they want to, and the government's going to pay for it with tax dollars, they know that they can charge whatever they want to. So what happens? College prices go up. College becomes prohibitively expensive. And once it becomes prohibitively expensive, that essentially just means that, yeah, you can get as big of a loan as you want to, and the government is going to pay it. But that means that you're going to be in a crap load of debt to the government and essentially be a government serf for however long it takes you to pay off that student loan. Essentially what you have is the government messing with the money supply. So if they're supplying as many dollars as the school wants, then the school is just going to keep on demanding more dollars. So more dollars, more debt, we get saddled with more debt. That's a real enemy of the poor. Number five, real enemy of the poor is hard work and saving. Now, the poor think that hard work and saving is going to get them to riches. Hard work and saving are not going to get anyone to riches. What is going to get people to riches is value and investing. So value is not necessarily hard work. You don't necessarily have to work hard to provide value. If you want to make $1 million out there, you need to do something that's worth somebody paying you $1 million. Typically, since money is taught in the household, investing is typically not taught to poorer families, because if poorer families were investing, if they were saving, if they were providing value, they would not be in their situation. And that's just kind of the way it is. Number six, real enemy of the poor is taxes and the tax code. Now, the reason why I put taxes and the tax code at number 6 is because the taxes, if you look at where tax revenue actually comes from, most of it comes from employees. Most of it comes from not the corporations, not the rich people, not the investors, not the people who own real estate. It comes from the employees. So the real enemy of the poor is the taxes and the tax code. Just funny example, if you look at Donald Trump, he was in the news, I think it was a couple years back, for having a golf course that basically has goats on it or something like that, so that it's considered a farm. So things like that exist throughout the tax code. So the tax code can either be your friend or it can be your worst enemy, depending on how you decide to maneuver within it. Do you want to be an employee? Do you want to be an investor? Do you want to be self-employed? Where do you want to be in that Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant, which I'll probably put it on the screen right now. Taxes can be a real bite in your butt. And honestly, if you really look at it, taxes, I don't see it as a moral obligation personally, because the government has such a huge amount of debt and they don't ever plan to pay it back. So if you look at how much debt they have, how much debt we're currently taking out, the debt, it's being monetized and it's being turned into more dollars. So if you think that we're going to go into some type of surplus, first of all, that would collapse the dollar. So it's probably not going to happen. And secondly, that's just going to raise taxes a ton, probably on employees and not necessarily on businesses. Number 7 is a habit. The poor typically don't treat investing or saving as if it was a bill. The poor will pay their phone bill, they'll pay their light bill, they'll pay their mortgage, pay their car payment, they'll pay every other bill, but they don't pay themselves. They don't pay that investing bill. They don't pay down the debt. They don't pay down, a little bit extra on the mortgage. People that are rich, they treat that as a bill. It's a given. It's something that has to happen. If they're not making enough, they have to go make more. They have to go get another source of income. Number 8, and this one is a little bit more of a mindset. Number 8 is people are holding themselves back if they think that someone else should take care of them, essentially, whether it be through a pension, whether it be through a social security, whether it be through really anything that's government provided, anything that's provided from anyone outside of yourself. It's basically taking the ownership away from yourself. Number 9 is emphasizing things over freedom and assets. Now, when you go out there and you make your money, you can have as many things as you want, but the rich emphasize having freedom and having assets. Income producing assets, things that go up in value, not things that go down in value, not things that shine bright like a diamond, whatever. When you emphasize things over freedom and assets, you're gonna have a lot of things, but you're not gonna have a lot of freedom. Number 10 is identity. Now, what do I mean by identity? I mean what people identify as. The people who I've noticed that are holding themselves back the most are 2 types of people. The people who identify as poor, they really identify with it. Like when they talk about their life, they talk about their experiences, they talk about their future. They constantly identify as poor or, downtrodden or and somehow that there's no way for them to raise out of their circumstances, or they identify as someone who does not care about money. Now, we all don't care about money per se. Money is a piece of paper, but we care about food, we care about our freedom, we care about not having to work that job that we don't want to work. We care about the things that it can buy, and obviously, money is not everything. Your health is much more important. Your family is much more important. Your relationships are much more important. But money can be a huge stressor, and if you identify as someone who says, I do not care about money, you're basically saying that you identify as someone who doesn't care about your freedom or things that can enhance those other things. And the last one is number 11, the entertainment industry. Now, if you guys are not new to the channel, you saw this coming. You know what I think about the entertainment industry. They want your eyeballs. They want to show you some ads. I'm going to have a video later about how much your attention is worth. So if you want to see that video, make sure that you come back to the channel. They want your eyeballs. They want your attention. They want your money. Look at me. They want your soul. They're gonna get it. So with all that said, I just want to leave you guys off with a poem by Robert Frost, and I'll tell you what it means to me at the end, and we'll go ahead and close out the video. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, and took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted to wear, Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first on another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I ever should come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, and somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. So, essentially, we've got two paths that we can walk down. We can walk down the path to riches, or we can walk down that path that leads to a lot of struggle. So anyways, hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Please, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit some of my links down below. It'll get me some free money. It'll get you some free money, more importantly. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and welcome to all the new subscribers. Peace.